Hey, welcome back, Big Orange fans. Tennessee takes down New Mexico State 42-9 tonight, Bob, and honestly kind of lackluster performance, I would call it.
I would too. I kind of somewhat expected it a little bit, I guess. Um, it's hard to get up for these type games, and we're not the only team that struggles with that. There's other teams that do,
Well, every team does.
but yeah,
Don't make you feel no better though.
right. And by the way, we're going to talk a bit about this. We'll mention a little bit about basketball, a little bit about baseball too. So uh, just stick around for that stuff if you're interested. But back to the football, Tim, and remember to like, subscribe, and comment too. That's something else I forget to do on most of these videos, but that's very important stuff. But
As long as they don't forget to do it, Bob.
right, that's the main thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the main thing. Aguilar, I guess, concerning things coming out of the game. Second game in a row where he's throwed some really bad picks.
Yeah, which is odd because early in the season he did have some picks that were really, some weird deflections.
Yeah, not his fault.
Multiple ones.
Yeah, I think he had like three near the beginning of the season, and honestly, I wasn't really concerned about any of them. I think two of them was like player fell down, a tip ball, and then another one was like a punt, basically, near the end of the half, maybe, or something like that. So those didn't bother me at all.
Yeah. These last two games, though.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Totally different, yeah. I hope he's just coughing it and being, I hope it's not something that other teams have figured out about him, and,
I don't think it's much about figuring out things, Bob. I think it's just simply bad passes. I mean, there's been a couple, like one tonight, he just sailed the ball. I think he sailed another one against Oklahoma, too. Those are just bad passes.
right.
I don't see that as being figured out. It's just being, throw the damn ball away if you can't throw no better than that.
Yeah. Hopefully, we had quite a few kind of banged up injury type stuff. We'll know more about that in the next few days. Hopefully, it's nothing that will keep some guys out. You got McCoy that's practicing a little bit. I hope he can come back for either Florida or Vanderbilt, but this late in the season, you really wonder, you keep hearing positive things like he's really trying. But we'll see about that. That could be a huge boost to the defense.
Well, it would be a huge boost to this secondary, Bob. But the longer it goes on, the less chances that his people around him would want to take a chance on him putting bad film on tape.
Right.
He's going to be, he's got great film right now, and get that knee and everything right in time for the combine. He'll put up some great numbers there.
Mm-hmm.
You'd like to see him have some good tape to present back.
Yeah.
But, his agents and whatnot are probably going to err on the side of caution.
Right.
It just depends on whether he listens to his agents, probably.
Right. And, we've complained about the whole NIL stuff. See, to me, and I don't know how they do this stuff, but I don't. How many guys have this in the NFL? You play, and you don't see guys just like, okay, I'm not going to play because I'm afraid to get hurt so much. They're getting a lot of money. I really feel like there's players on this team. I could be wrong. I feel like has been at least a player or two that could have played that didn't, but they're still getting money, I'm assuming.
Well, you probably are, Bob, but look at it. You're talking NIL, you're not talking salary. If name X player out there right now, J.K. Dobbins. Is that okay? He gets hurt tomorrow and chooses not to play the next 3 ball games. Aquavelva or Head and Shoulders Shampoo still pays him, right? He's still getting his NIL money.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just
now whether it's not
his contract.
Right. His contract may say if our doctors say you're cleared to play, you've got to make an attempt to. But I don't know that though to be the case in that case either.
But in the current way the NIL is, are we really Are these guys really doing anything for this NIL money? I mean, they're essentially getting paid just like NFL guys, aren't they? I mean,
Well, of course,
pretty much.
essentially.
I mean, I don't
But
think
there's
they're
no,
doing anything for a lot of this money.
no, they're not. But that don't change
Right.
the rules you play by.
Right. I think they need to change the rules. I don't
Well,
like the rules.
that's an issue
Yeah.
for the court system, and right now it appears the court system is going to say uh, you can't do that.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of people that gotten paid that don't deserve it, let's mention Boo Carter. You know, we don't, as of the recording here, we were Saturday night. He is, from what we can tell, still on the team, but that could change.
Or maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, from sounds like he didn't show up to the game today. Little bit of an injury thing, but that was probably just a, you know, every player's got a little injury thing right now. So,
Well, let's back up for a moment. Obviously, you know, we talked on our last podcast that we didn't expect to see him play again this year.
yeah.
And then conveniently, at the last moment, it comes up that he's got a hip,
Flexor,
you know,
yeah.
hip flexor, and won't play today. And you know, then furthermore, then he don't show at all. So it seems to me like, you know, Heupel's told him that you're not going to play, but we're going to save face here and just say it's injury related.
Right.
And Boo, not being the sharpest knife in the drawer, says, well, I'm just not going to show up at all.
Right.
Which furthermore hurts his next stop wherever he goes.
Right.
It's another black mark on anyone having to deal with this. And also wonders if it does actually open him up a little bit more to them going, we won't pay your NIL bucks, because I'll bet you if he ain't showing up for games, he ain't been showing up to the events and signings and whatnot that he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Now, multiple Tennessee players haven't done that before and still got paid. So, do you roll the dice, say, hey, you're going to be the one we make an example of, knowing full well that Boo might take you to court to say.
Now, who are they taking to court, though? Is it
the collective?
Yeah. And that, you know, I'm not as hurt over that.
I am, because he could get a lot more out of the collective than what we never pay him.
Well, that's true, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you might owe him $60,000 and he might
I'm
see
just thinking
$6 million.
him getting actually what he was supposed to get paid. But if he got more, you know, that's different, you know.
Yeah.
The next game, Tim, Florida, man. And, you know, as we're recording this, they're in a dogfight with Ole Miss. There's not a more Jekyll and Hyde team in college football this year. They can play the Ole Miss. They can play Georgia tight.
Mm-hmm.
They can play some really good, or they can get blowed out by a bad Kentucky team. You know, I mean.
Yeah, have they quit? Have they not quit?
I hope they quit. So,
yeah.
I hope, you know, because they, you know, beating Florida is right there, right behind Bama. Which that was another good thing today. Oklahoma beat Bama. I mean, I don't know if that helps Tennessee on anything, but
it'll probably hurt Tennessee the slight, you know, mathematical chance of getting into the playoffs. You know, because that's all we got, a mathematical chance.
I think that Notre Dame winning today was not good for us at all. That makes them a lot more likely to get that one of them last spots.
Oh yeah,
and but yeah, we're very, very slim chance.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's a mathematical chance, I'll tell you there's a chance. You know,
right?
You know, Jim Carrey. You know, he's
right.
But that said, any day that Bama loses is a good day to be a Vol fan.
That's right. That's right.
So, and congratulations to some relatives I have out in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So, back-to-back wins on the road against Tennessee and Alabama. Not many teams can walk around and say that.
Right.
But going back to Florida for a moment, Bob, they are Jekyll and Hyde this year. They have talent. There's no doubt about talent.
Yeah.
They've had a very difficult schedule the last 2 years. That's hamstrung Sunbelt Billy.
Yeah.
More than he was hamstrung by his own self.
Right. Yeah.
The question is, can we go down to the swamp and do something we haven't done in the lifetime of many Vol fans?
I know.
Before the season, I believe I said 9-3 was most likely. 10-2 on the table. You predicted a loss in the swamp. I predicted a victory in the swamp. I'm not going to change. How about you?
Man, that's tough, man. That's tough. Let me find out who's our injury situation coming out of this game. Is Wendell Moy going to play? Is Curry going to be back? Is Joseph going to be back? Does Jamon McCoy play? There's a lot of injuries that could change the outlook of this team quite a bit. I feel like, so I'll wait on that one. Tim, let's jump over to let's talk about basketball a little bit. First we'll talk about the fact that they need to improve. We're playing pretty good, but there's obviously, I think, some things that Barn wants to improve on, and I think number one, if it was me, would be the turnover situation. It seemed like we are turning the ball over far more than what we usually it's the other way around. We're turning people over.
Yeah, we turn people over quite a bit. This year, that's definitely not been the case.
We got to do better there. I think we're just not totally in sync. I think the talent's there. I mean, I'm not ready to say, oh, this Tennessee team's not going to make the Elite Eight or anything like that. I do think this Tennessee team at its current state is not an Elite Eight, Elite 16 type team. But I do think that if we can, start to gel, and that mainly is the turnovers and getting our offense and more in sync.
And we got to dial up the defensive pressure better than what we have too.
Yeah.
The roster, I look at the roster and I can see an Elite Eight run.
Right.
What I'm watching on film right now says early exit.
Right.
They're not, like you said, in sync. Quite honestly, though, that's going to be something that a lot of teams have to deal with anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the transfer portal. We had 3 guys return from last year, I believe it was, and one of them was hurt all year.
Right.
So basically a brand new team.
Right. And that's one bonus. I mean, I almost can't go all negative. Estrella's play has been impressive, and I look for him to get more minutes than what he's gotten already. We're starting to see, I think, a pecking order as far as the lineup goes. Brown's getting more minutes, Henderson's getting more minutes, and deservingly so. But I mean, they need to grow up fast, because let's look at the schedule here, Tim. We got Rice, which ain't a horrible team; they're decent. Tennessee State, Rutgers, then Houston, and then we'll play another team that's a tournament. The Rutgers and Houston is out in Vegas. So we'll play another team.
Most likely a very good team.
Because most of the field's pretty dang good teams.
Yeah.
You got Michigan, you got Alabama, you got Auburn in there, Gonzaga, Creighton. There's a lot of good teams in that tournament. And then you play Syracuse after that, Illinois, number 14, Illinois.
Yeah, look good.
Yeah, and Louisville that just beat number 12, Louisville, which is fixing to go up in those rankings.
Likely to be top 10.
Yeah.
In the next
ranking. I wouldn't doubt if, Illinois is looking really good. I would not shock me at all if all 3 of those teams are top 10 teams by the time we play them.
Oh yeah. I'd agree there. I would say that's even likely.
Yeah.
So this team has to grow up quickly if we don't want to get embarrassed there.
Yeah. Well, at least after those games, we'll have a good barometer of what kind of team we got. I mean, where we're at.
We'll be, but I still don't
should
think
be tested.
We'll be tested, but
yeah.
I think this team's going to continue to improve even after these games.
I like these type games. I mean, I think it helps you. I think they just make you improve a lot faster. You know what I mean? It shows what your issues are. You can play a bad team all night long, and you just don't really know how good you are or how bad you are.
A lot of players don't get up for bad competition.
Yeah.
They can't self-motivate. You look at a lot of the games in football today, big heavy favorites.
Yeah.
Tennessee didn't look sharp. Honestly, Indiana didn't look sharp against Wisconsin. That's a bad Wisconsin team.
Right. Yeah.
And same things for basketball. Sometimes you got to have that extra, your manhood challenged out in front of you for a lot of guys to really to reach in deep.
Right. So we'll learn a lot over the next couple of weeks there about our basketball team. A lot of good teams. If your guy wants to watch good basketball, we're going to be watching a lot of good basketball. Let's talk a little bit about the baseball team, Tim. We lost, Tony V, obviously. Then we lost our strength coach, which we did not want to lose.
Yeah, that happened this week. Appeared that he was going to stay initially, is what we heard.
Mm-hmm.
Losing him is a blow.
Yeah, it is. Which apparently they knew this was coming because they announced his replacement a couple hours later, and a guy named Keegan Knoll, who was an assistant strength coach for the Milwaukee Brewers this year. And I reckon Coach Q, the former strength coach, and Knoll coached together with the Cubs, I believe. So a few years ago. So I think that's where the connection is there.
Sounds to me like he's almost like, hey, I'm probably going to take this job.
Just guys.
But I've got somebody here that's going to be, very similar to me. Won't rock the boat.
Right.
Like you said, connections there. It matters.
Yeah. I'm guessing. Sounds like you said. Q was like, hey, here's my recommendation. Yeah, we just hope we don't lose Frank Anderson, because that is also a rumor out there. And, well, I'm not even going to say really a rumor. It's a confirmed fact that Vitello has talked to Anderson about joining him out in San Francisco. Now, as of this recording, Anderson's not took that spot. But, Tony, he's going to draw some ire from
Tennessee
fans.
Start rating the staff that you built here.
Yeah, I mean, he don't. Honestly, if I was the Giants, I wouldn't allow that. I guess I would. I wouldn't allow them as your main position coaches. But to me, Tony can get.
Well, you can
get who you want.
Yeah, you brought the coach in. He gets the name and staff as far as the club goes.
If
you have an issue with that, you need to talk to the guy beforehand, or you don't hire the guy beforehand.
And maybe they did. Maybe that was part of the sticking point. I don't know.
Well, it went on for weeks.
Yeah, because if I'm them, I'm like, hey, you're inexperienced in the Major League Baseball field. We're going to surround you with a bunch of people with experience in the Major League, field. So to me, that would seem smart.
Well, I agree, but I don't know. Part of me says baseball is baseball.
Yeah, I agree.
And Anderson does have a sterling reputation. I think the thing with Anderson is the rumor was he was getting ready to retire in a year or two anyway.
Right.
So maybe he wants one last stab, ended in the majors, or maybe he just don't want to move his family from Knoxville right now.
Yeah, I guess
we'll find out.
We'll find out real soon. I think this will be something that ends in the next few days. I don't see that dragging out no more than a week or so.
I will say this: if he leaves, I expect Tennessee to swing for the fences on a pitching coach.
Yeah.
The last thing you want if you're Danny White is for this Tony V thing that could have went really bad for it turn into an embarrassment for you.
Right. This is his coach. Elander is his coach. And Tony V, super popular with the fan base. You're going to want Elander to succeed. And that's, like you said, that's huge. So he's going to try to do whatever he can to.
He'll overpay.
Yeah.
If he has to.
I agree. I think you look for that. Yeah. So if Anderson does leave, I would expect a big time hire at that position, not somebody who we
at least take a run of one.
Something,
Yeah, we'll take a run at somebody.
Yeah.
more than one probably.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the content of our video. If you did, hit that like button and share it with a friend, or let us know what you're thinking about in the comment section. What's your thought about the team? Are we laying down? Is Boo gone?
should have been 6 months ago.
Yeah. Should McIntyre be playing ahead of Merklinger? And I'm gonna say yes, as far as my vote on that one.
Yeah, I meant to actually bring that up during
Yeah.
as part of the video, Bob.
Um,
There's no reason to have played Merck other than maybe the last series.
I know they're trying to keep him here for another season. That's why he is the number 2 quarterback, and the reason why Merklinger is not past him. That is the only reason. Merklinger is the better quarterback of the two.
No,
I mean McIntyre. I'm sorry, McIntyre is the better quarterback of the two, and Merklinger is never going to start here. I mean,
yeah. Even if he does come back next year, you're still looking. Basically, he'll be third string because Faison will probably beat him out for second.
Yeah,
straight out of high school.
Straight, yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Hit that like button, and we'll see you next time.
Go Big Orange.
Go Vols.